Let's get straight to the point. If you ejaculate every day, what's really happening to your prostate? This isn't a joke, it's a real concern. Yet one that's often considered too sensitive or awkward to talk about, even in the doctor's office. Because of embarrassment, many men stay silent until their prostate starts acting up, frequent nighttime urination, discomfort in the lower abdomen, or feeling drained after each release. So the question is daily ejaculation helpful or harmful? Does regularly cleansing the prostate help prevent inflammation and cancer? Or does it actually overstimulate the gland, making it more prone to fatigue and damage? In this video, Dr. Grace will help you clear up common misconceptions, walk you through the science behind each ejaculation, and give you clear, practical guidance. What frequency is healthy? When should you cut back? And how can you keep your prostate strong and healthy naturally? Without medication, and without spending a dime, just by understanding your body better? If you've been wondering about this, or simply want to take better care of yourself, this is the video for you. First, let's understand, what exactly is the prostate? Think of it as a small gland, about the size of a walnut. It sits just below the bladder and surrounds the urethra, the tube that carries urine out of the body. It may sound small, but this tiny gland plays a huge role in the quality of life for men over 60. Its main job is to produce the fluid that nourishes and transports sperm, making it a key part of the male reproductive system. But its role doesn't stop at reproduction, it's directly connected to urination, sleep quality, and even your overall sense of daily comfort. For most of a man's younger years, the prostate quietly does its job in the background. But here's something important to understand. As we age, especially after 40, the prostate naturally begins to grow. This is a normal part of aging for most men. However, as it enlarges, it can begin to press against the urethra, leading to some of the classic symptoms many men start to notice. That's why understanding your prostate is the first step toward protecting your health in a smart and proactive way as you grow older. Symptoms like trouble starting to urinate, a weak or interrupted stream, waking up multiple times at night to use the bathroom, or feeling like your bladder never quite empties, no matter how hard you try. If any of this sounds familiar to you, you're not alone. And with that, let's get to the heart of the issue. The question from the title is this: is frequent ejaculation, whether through masturbation or with a partner, good or bad for your prostate? If you've ever heard someone say, frequent ejaculation weakens the body, harms the kidneys, then let's take a deeper, more informed look at this. The science on this topic is actually quite fascinating. A groundbreaking study published in the journal European Urology, which tracked thousands of men over nearly 2 decades, found a very strong connection. Men who ejaculated more frequently, especially 3 to 5 times per week, had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who ejaculated only once or twice a month. Why is that the case? The leading theory behind this is something known as the prostate drainage hypothesis. The prostate is responsible for producing part of the seminal fluid. When you go a long time without ejaculating, that fluid can build up. And when it sits there too long, it creates a stagnant environment, making it easier for bacteria to grow or causing low-grade irritation, which can lead to inflammation or a heavy, uncomfortable feeling in the lower abdomen. Regular ejaculation works like releasing a pressure valve, helping to flush out the prostate fluid, reduce the risk of blockages, and keep the gland's internal environment cleaner and healthier. And there's more. Each ejaculation also activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation, better sleep, and reduced anxiety. In fact, some men have found that maintaining a healthy and consistent sexual routine helps them sleep more deeply and feel more at ease. But here's the important part, and I truly want you to hear this. Frequent ejaculation is not a magic bullet. It's just one piece of a much bigger health puzzle. You can't eat poorly, skip exercise, ignore your doctor's visits, and assume that masturbating alone will protect your prostate or your overall health. Yes, It's a helpful factor, but it needs to be part of a fully healthy lifestyle. So aside from the release, what's really happening inside your body, especially after age 40? There are 3 major changes that happen to the prostate with age, and the first is enlargement and fluid buildup. This is a completely natural process known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or simply enlarged prostate. While it's not cancer, it's one of the main culprits behind a wide range of urinary issues that many men silently endure. As the prostate gradually grows with age, it doesn't just press on the bladder and urethra, it also becomes less effective at releasing the fluid it produces. So what happens? That fluid starts to accumulate, leading to a heavy, bloated sensation in the lower abdomen and a constant, dull discomfort that can linger throughout the day. When this condition persists, it can lead to low-grade chronic inflammation, a type of inflammation that isn't acute or immediately painful, but quietly damages prostate tissue over time. This subtle, ongoing irritation is a hidden risk factor behind many male health issues that tend to appear after middle age. It doesn't flare up dramatically, but its long-term effects can be serious, contributing to discomfort, hormonal imbalances, and even increasing the risk of more severe conditions later in life. The second major change comes from hormones, the quiet forces that regulate many functions in the male body. As we age, natural testosterone levels gradually decline. But what's even more noteworthy is this. A portion of the remaining testosterone gets converted into a more potent form called DHT, dihydrotestosterone. Now, DHT isn't inherently bad. But when DHT levels become too high, it can stimulate rapid multiplication of prostate cells, causing the gland to enlarge over time. This is one of the hidden factors that accelerates prostate enlargement in middle-aged and older men. In other words, a hormonal imbalance, where testosterone decreases and DHT increases, plays a significant role in the structural changes inside the prostate that many men aren't even aware of. And the third major change, which is also the most concerning, is the increased risk of abnormal cell growth in the prostate. Here's a simple way to think about it. Every day, your body replaces millions of old cells with new ones. This process happens constantly over decades. And like any complex machine, the longer it runs, the higher the chance of small errors occurring during cell replication. If those errors aren't repaired by the body in time, they can become abnormal cells, and over time, this creates the conditions for more serious problems, such as prostate cancer. The combination of chronic inflammation, hormonal imbalance, and the inevitable effects of aging only increases this risk, especially in men over 60. At this point, you might be wondering, so how many times a week should I be ejaculating? Is doing it every day too much? The answer is, there's no one-size-fits-all number. The right frequency depends on several factors: your age, overall health, personal needs, and most importantly, how your body feels after each release. That said, based on multiple large-scale studies, particularly from the US and Australia, experts generally recommend. For men aged 40 to 60, around 2 to 4 times per week may help reduce the risk of prostate inflammation. For men over 60 to 1 to 3 times per week is considered reasonable, as long as your health allows. So what about ejaculating every day? Well, it's not necessarily dangerous if you still feel physically well, mentally balanced, and sleep soundly. In fact, some men have maintained a daily routine for years without any issues. However, the key is this: you must listen to your body. Now you have a clearer idea of what a healthy frequency might look like, and how to tune in to your body's signals to know what's right for you. But sometimes, even with careful balance, your body may still send subtle warning signs, quiet signals that should not be ignored. Why is that? Because how you feel doesn't always reflect what's really going on inside. Some changes in the prostate happen silently, and by the time they cause noticeable symptoms, the damage may already be underway. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to help you take charge. Just remember these 4 simple warning signs: changes in urination, frequent urges, weak stream, or a stop-start flow, persistent pressure or discomfort in the lower abdomen or perineal area, blood in urine or semen, a clear signal that calls for deeper investigation, decreased libido, ongoing fatigue, or unexplained insomnia. And one final tip. A yearly PSA blood test can be the simplest way to detect risks early. It's painless, quick, and could be the step that protects your long-term peace of mind. Here are 4 simple but incredibly practical tips from Dr. Grace that can help keep your prostate healthy and functioning at its best, and the good news is, they're easy to do. 1. Stay active, consistently. No need for intense workouts or long runs. Just 30 minutes of brisk walking per day, or any movement you enjoy, is enough. Pair this with gentle exercises like Kegels. These strengthen the pelvic floor, support bladder control, and improve urinary function. The best part? You can do them anywhere, even while sitting on your couch. 2. Adopt an anti-inflammatory diet. Your body runs best on clean fuel. Start cutting back on red meat, fried foods, processed snacks, and refined sugar. Instead, load up on fresh vegetables and fruits, olive oil, avocados, and nuts. And the secret weapon for your prostate? Tomatoes, rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant. A quick tip: lycopene is absorbed better when cooked, so tomato sauces, soups, or homemade ketchup are all great options. 3. Drink enough water. It sounds basic, but hydration is your urinary system's best friend. Drinking 2 to 3 liters of water per day helps dilute urine, ease pressure on the prostate, and flush out toxins more effectively. As you can see, taking care of your prostate doesn't have to be complicated or unfamiliar. Sometimes, it's as simple as going to bed a bit earlier, drinking 1 more glass of water, taking a 10-minute walk in the morning, or just understanding your body's needs more clearly. Ejaculating every day isn't bad, and it's not a goal either. What truly matters is knowing your limits and choosing a lifestyle that fits your current health. Your body doesn't ask for perfection, it just needs you to listen and care for it genuinely. So today, Dr. Grace invites you to try 3 small things. Write down how your body feels each day for 1 week. Create a simple, relaxing bedtime routine. And if it's been a while since your last health checkup, schedule one this week. Don't wait for pain to start caring. Don't wait for problems before taking action. Growing older isn't the end, it's a beautiful time to live smarter, more intentionally, and more meaningfully. If this video has helped you, do me one small favor. Hit the like button, and share it with a friend or family member who needs to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe for more health tips made just for you.